today. Uh, Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon. Happy Monday. Happy August. Welcome to the Digital Inclusion Week 2025 information session for suburban Cook County. Thank you, everybody, for making time today. My name is Felipe Perez. I am part of the project team supporting Cook County's digital opportunity, inclusion, and equity efforts. So thrilled to be here. I will turn it over to my colleague Mauricio, who will officially welcome us to the space.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mauricio Jimenez. I'm the Cook County Digital Equity Coordinator. Thank you all for joining the Cook County Digital Equity Suburban Cook County Host Information Session. Thrilled that everyone can join us today and learn a little bit more about Digital Inclusion Week 2025, this year happening October 6th through 10th. Next slide. So some objectives from today's session. We'll share an overview of our Cook County Digital Equity Plan, which began in 2023. For some background, Cook County Digital Equity sits within the office of Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle. So I'm excited to everyone can join us, and we'll overview that plan and the objectives from there. And then we'll review the vision and the plan for this year's Digital Inclusion Week. And everyone can get an understanding of how you can get involved with Digital Inclusion Week this year. Next slide. So to welcome everyone, please share your name, your community, or what organization you're a part of, and any event that you're thinking of organizing or that you are organizing or are thinking of organizing for this year's Digital Inclusion Week. Or if you have a question about this year's Digital Inclusion Week, please feel free and type it down in the chat below. I know for this year, for Digital Inclusion Week, the Cook County Digital Equity Team will be hosting our very first one-day learning symposium titled Access Amplified, Building a Digitally Inclusive Cook County. Hi, Nathan. See Open Lab. Love to hear. That's wonderful.
Of course, it may change.
No worries. I see Markham Public Library. Hi, Jalen. Hosting a Python workshop. It's amazing, wonderful. Alejandro's excited about the merch, yes. Merch is always exciting. Hear a little bit more about that as well for this year. Computer classes, open labs. Dr. Clark, Prairie State College, 6 to 10 digital inclusion training events during Digital Inclusion Week. Wow, that's amazing. I love that. Forest Park Public Library, a program on AI. I know AI is becoming very popular and growing, so it's important everyone understands the implications of AI, how to use it, and how to use it ethically. I love that, to see that. Of Roblox behind the scenes. It's a great idea to get the kids interested in Digital Inclusion Week, because you know Digital Inclusion Week is for everyone. Everyone can join and be a part of it. Thank you, Kyla, for sharing our Digital Equity Learning Symposium. If you haven't yet registered, we'll send the registration in the link and the chat, and follow the link and register, and we hope to see you there. If you're going to host an event for Digital Inclusion Week, We hope that you will also be able to attend our learning symposium. And if there's something you would like to share during our symposium as well, we have the request for speakers open as well, and could share that link if you're interested in speaking. Wonderful. These are all really great events and ideas. See device donations, North Star best practices. Wonderful. Thank you all for sharing. And as always, if there's any questions, feel free to put them in the chat down below, and I'll turn it over to Kyla Williams-Tate.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see you here today and to read all the wonderful things that you've been thinking about as we are planning and moving quickly towards Digital Inclusion Week 2025. I can't believe, first of all, that it's August already. It just seems like I was covering my ears from all the fireworks that was going on the 4th of July. And now here we are a month later on August the 4th. So, Digital Inclusion Week is a big piece of our mission. And our mission is to ensure that all Cook County residents have access to affordable and quality internet, devices, and digital learning resources. And part of our participation in hosting Digital Inclusion Week is for us to celebrate and bring all of our work into a finer point and focus for our community members so that they understand, one, that we are out here, that there are services and support available, and there's opportunities for folks to get engaged, further engaged in this work. You know, we're still fighting a lot of what I would say false news, if I can, some misinformation around the digital divide. It very much still exists. And I know I'm preaching to the choir for some of the folks that are on the call today, but we have a duty and an obligation in our society to ensure that all of our residents have the ability to connect and are able to participate however they choose as part of the digital society. And Digital Inclusion Week gives us the space, really gives us some intention and some focus to be able to spread that message and ensure that our residents are becoming some of the most connected, some of the most skilled, some of the most participatory residents in this space across the nation. So, next slide. So, what is digital equity and inclusion? In case you were wondering, digital equity is all individuals and communities have the technology, skills, and resources needed for full participation in our society, democracy, and economy. Notice the words full participation, not limited, not based off of where your zip code is, but full participation in society, democracy, and economy. Now, digital inclusion has three elements that is included in this very robust definition. One is digital inclusion is to raise awareness around digital inclusion, which is what Digital Inclusion Week is to ensure that people know that there's opportunities for them to engage and participate in activities that help to raise their skills or improve their connectivity opportunities, or that they are able to contribute to the ecosystem in some way. The distribution of computers and laptops and tablets and other kind of technology tools that help to meet the needs of people, and access to digital training such as computer classes or tech support so that people can gain confidence and people also are more aware how to be safe while they're out here navigating in these internet streets, because safety is paramount for participation. There's so many things going on, so many data breaches, so many pieces of opportunity for us to not be safe while we're out here participating in the internet and digital society. So we want people to be safe and have the confidence to do whatever it is they want to do while they're doing that. There's a challenge here. We have a lot of digital inequity across the county, and it's not necessarily just in certain neighborhoods. Certainly, there is a greater representation of disconnectivity and inequity in our Southland areas of the county, and certainly showing up a bit more prominently in our western suburban area. But even if you go up into our northern suburban area, and you visit our Cook County Digital Equity Map and pan out to the neighborhood level, you will see that there are great pockets of connectivity challenges and other digital inequity opportunity. And when you look at the neighborhood level of where those pockets are, they represent people and institutions. It may be a library, it may be a senior center, it may be a school district, it may be a mobile park. And those people have the right. It is a right. Connectivity is a utility. They have the right to be connected to the internet. And we endeavor here at Cook County Digital Equity, along with our partners, to make sure that that happens. So we encourage you, first of all, if you were unaware that we have a map, go to our website and click on the digital equity map, put your zip code in, and you'll be able to see what your community's digital equity score is and some of the other data that supports what makes up that score. And that may be helpful to you in your work if you're applying for grants or telling greater stories around this work. The digital equity map is a good tool and resource for you. Moving into our Cook County Digital Equity Action Plan. We released this action plan in October of 2023 after having a very intensive, and some of you on the call were part of that intensive inquiry of a survey, as well as some community conversations that we were having. So we gathered all of that information, analyzed it, and brought that voice, that community voice, forward in an action plan. And our action plan is a really useful tool. So if you don't have a copy of that or have not seen it, we really encourage you to go to our website, click on it, download it, make it part of your strategy as you are advancing digital equity in your respective areas. In our plan, there are 4 cornerstones that we are focused on: access, confidence, safety, and infrastructure. And then under each of those cornerstones are 3 impact solutions, recommendations really, around what we believe we need to do in order to advance digital equity across our county. So this is our roadmap. This is the document that we use. And if you are ever in my office, you've seen my copy. It is totally fallen apart with super post-its everywhere and highlighted things, because it really is the opportunity to hold us accountable, because what we said we were going to do, we're moving those things forward. But more importantly, for you to see yourself in this plan. If there's gaps in your community, if there's gaps in your workplaces, if there's gaps in your neighborhoods, if there's gaps in your home, this plan can identify opportunity for you to help address those gaps. Again, whether you're leading initiatives or contributing or participating, this action plan is for you. You are part of our ecosystem.
Kyla, thank you so much for setting the stage, for setting the stakes. Again, we're going to spend the next group of slides and then some Q&A, right? Like talking about Digital Inclusion Week and the opportunity that Digital Inclusion Week provides us to focus attention, to focus effort, and to build community around this important work. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Alejandra, who's going to lay out Digital Inclusion Week in its proper context as a national movement. And then I'll close this out really talking pretty tactically about how we can show up and show out right here in Cook County. So Alejandra, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And hello, everyone. Happy to see the enthusiasm within Digital Inclusion Week. It is right around the corner, October 6th to 10. Right, this inclusion of Digity, and it relies upon community-driven digital futures. So we are very happy to continue the NDIA support within Digital Inclusion Week. It is an annual week of awareness, recognition, and celebration. And I'm very happy to hear all the wonderful events that you guys are planning. As some you may not know NDIA, some of you guys are the champions of NDIA as well. But NDIA does support Digital Inclusion Week across the U.S. I will drop their link on the chat as well to their page. They do have their special events campaign, and they're always trying to put something right in their social media, celebrate, engage, and empower. So very great insights on how to stay up to date in digital equity and also resources in their website. Awesome. Next. All right, Digital Inclusion Week. Obviously, it is a great opportunity to showcase, what have you done within digital equity and what you guys are planning to. It creates visibility, awareness, celebrates progress, expands your reach within the community, and obviously, it's a win-win and all around, right? We gain supporters, we gain community collaborators, and we help our communities out. So next slide. Awesome. In last year, 2024, we have surpassed all records. There has been 238 participating organizations, agencies, and 503 participated overall in 2014. So we are hoping to keep surpassing as we move along in this 2025. So yes, thank you, Kyla. And if you are not a member of the National Digital Inclusion, please do so. Please join. They have amazing resources. So let's show up and show out in 2025. Some of the Digital Inclusion Week actions, right? Mobilize on social media. We see Kyla posting all the amazing things to make sure you guys repost and tag people. Obviously, tagging is the most easiest thing to do as people spread awareness through social media. Engage with your elected officials. They're very, very happy to put themselves right in front of all these digital inclusion efforts, and then also the events, right? Host an event for digital skills, invite local press, and participate in an event panel or others in the field. So these are just some of the ideas that you can kind of engage in within Digital Inclusion Week, but make it your own, right? This is very open, and we are here cheering you on. Next one. So this is some of the events in the past, right? From in Cleveland, Digital Inclusion Coalition. We do have Philadelphia also. I know we've had our Digital Inclusion and DNA conference as well in the past. So I know many of you guys are very well versed in all these amazing events. The next one in Cook County, right? We showcased a lot of distribution events. You guys have push forward a lot of community engagement in communities and schools. So we thank you. We want to see this moving forward as well. And this is your chance for press attention, right? With the expansion of organization efforts, we would hope to see, in the news or, shouting out everyone as we could. And I think the next one. Yep, and local governments, right? Within expanding our efforts in different organizations, we do see some of these are just the examples of what we could do here as well. So thank you. And last but not least, action for companies. We do see the effort still being made within the organizations to push forward and give back, to be a sponsor, to volunteer, or just to create community coalitions and help each other out within the community events. So it'll be great to use some of these as an examples for your future events. And last but not least, resources are amazing resources for the Digital Inclusion Event Week. We do have, general messaging if you guys need, outreach toolkit, PR toolkit. Everything's already made, ready for you to share and grow our digital equity efforts.
Thank you.
Awesome. And I will turn it over to Felipe. Thank you.
Thank you. Big takeaway. A couple of big takeaways, right? Number one, Digital Inclusion Week is a national movement, part of a national effort, right? So this is our opportunity to plug in, number one. Number two, there's no need to reinvent the wheel, right? Successful events share the same qualities, right? Of the same outreach qualities, the same event qualities. So an encouragement really to look to models of past events and successes in the past and build upon those. And number three, NDIA is very self-consciously and very purposefully a resource to us all as we do this work. So we encourage you to use the NDIA resources at NDIA site as a place for ideas, for language, for imagery. Really great resources, really great opportunity to be part of a national movement. But in that national movement, again, our goal is to go big here in suburban Cook County. One of our messages today is in order for us to help you go big, we encourage you to register your event by Monday, August 25th, 2025. Registering your event makes you eligible for potential stipend support. It definitely guarantees that you are publicized on Cook County's digital equity website. And registering your event, in the spirit of resource and idea sharing, allows us to gather the great ideas and the great initiatives from around the county and use them to seed other ideas in other parts of the county. So we're encouraging you to go big, encourage you to register your event. Our goal is 100 events here in Cook County. This would be about double where we showed up last year. And we have every confidence that you all on this call can make it happen. So thank you in advance for doing your part of helping us hit this goal. How do we hit this goal, right? What kind of events? Kyla really talked us through our digital equity action plan here in the county, right? And the inspiration for that, she talked you through the plan and she talked you through the challenge. Really, anything that you can do, anything that you can do in your community, within your network, within your organization to move that vision forward is an event, right? Stuff that folks have done in the past, trainings, lab hours, device distribution events. I'm going to do a big underline on this next one. Device donation events, right? We can only distribute as many devices as have been donated and collected by our partner organizations. So we would encourage you to really consider and think about how you can partner in your local communities, how you can partner with your local business community, maybe your local school districts, other organizations that are big users and generators of digital devices, partnering around those for a device donation event, as well as device distribution events. There's advocacy, awareness, community conversations. Those of you in the room are already part of this movement, already understand the issues and the challenges, but there is a special magic and a power to gathering our friends, neighbors, and colleagues in a room and really talking through this issue and talking through the way that it really impacts lives. That's the essence of hosting a community conversation. Library-based events. Libraries every single year for Digital Inclusion Week represent strongly. Libraries are really the natural backbone of so many digital inclusion efforts already. So the opportunity to spotlight the great work that you're already doing is one of the things that I love about Digital Inclusion Week and this opportunity for focused attention. And lastly, other ideas are welcome, right? We are just making a list of stuff that we've seen happen in the past. Kyla always reminds me, always reminds us that what's the right phrasing here, right? On a 2-3 folks and a message makes an event, right? Like have a banner message, have a gathering, have an opportunity to build community and build this movement beyond those of us already in it. And we're talking about an event. So we can go big, we can go small. The idea is just to reach out and connect with someone. So thank you all for making the time to join this call, right? Like, how can we support you in these efforts, right? Like, number one, we want to plug you into a county-wide and nationwide movement around this work. Number two, we want to use the county's communications resources to celebrate and amplify your event. Number three, I think Alejandra put her fire emojis in the chat. We always have great swag, and folks love swag, and we really love making it be part of this celebration. And number four, we have event stipends that are available to support a number of Digital Inclusion Week events. We don't have stipends for 100 events. I will say that right off the bat. But we do want to support as many as we can to help offset some of these costs of doing what you do. So these are some of the ways in which we can support you all in helping us hit this 100 event goal. We officially opened the event registration page today, and we've already got folks registering stuff, which warms our hearts. Device distribution event in the Southland, and then a real thoughtful set of community trainings, with our friends over at Schaumburg. When we were setting up today's info session, one of your colleagues asked us if events targeting senior populations were a possibility. And the short answer is 100%. You know your communities best. You know who in your communities is facing the biggest barriers to connection. We're really excited about these 100 events being 100 opportunities for you to micro-target those folks in your sphere of influence who most need to be connected. So, scams, senior-focused events, clases de computación en español, right? They're, on top of a digital barrier, there are language barriers. So again, we encourage you to know your community best, to know your resources best, and give us the opportunity to support you in succeeding. Please register your event. Let's see. Possible to extend the week to include the weekend as well. Kyla, Digital Inclusion Week is officially that Monday through Friday. I think in past years, of course, if weekend events open access, certainly. Great question. And thank you for asking that. Again, the best way for us to know how to support you is for you to register your event. Alejandra will once again drop the link to this event registration form. It contains a lot of the information that we're sharing here. We are asking you to give us as much information as you can about when, where, what kind of event you're hosting and who you're hoping to target. Within that form, you have the option to apply for stipends, up to $500 stipends for in-person events, $250 stipends for virtual events. If you get in your registration by Monday, August 25th, we will commit to stipend approval notifications by Monday, September 8th. Love this picture. Love it so much. Again, this is an opportunity for us to amplify our message and to amplify the good work that y'all are doing every day. So let's make these events happen. Let's make a noise. Let's make a righteous noise about it. And let's just share these beautiful moments of connection that these events facilitate. And lastly, it is important, it is vital to our work that we are not only doing the work, but that we are collecting the impact, the numbers, and the stories behind the work that we do. So every year, we ask you not only to register your event so we can help support it, we can help publicize it, But after Digital Inclusion Week is over, we ask you to show a little patience and generosity and take the time to complete this after action form. The after action form allows us to quantify the need, quantify the impact, and give advocates like Kyla the resources that she needs to continue fighting the fight for resources to support this work. So this part is vitally important, and we thank you in advance for doing it. Nobody loves filling out these forms, I know as well as anyone, but they matter, and we really thank you for the time that you take in doing this. Enough chatting. We want to take some time for questions. Please feel free to come off mute or feel free to drop them in the chat.
While folks may be formulating questions, I just wanted to add even more emphasis around that after action summary. It is data from those after action summaries that helps me to continue to request dollars to support the next year's Digital Inclusion Week. It is the metrics that are needed to ensure that the stipends are being distributed equitably and continue to be available. We understand that hosting events costs staff time and material time. And although this is not meant to support your event 100%, it's meant to help to supplement if you need that support. But the metrics play a significant role in us being able to continue growing this project, because we consider Digital Inclusion Week a project. The other piece that I want to talk a little bit more about is that Digital Inclusion Week and your role in Digital Inclusion Week helps to really identify and recognize your leadership in community around this work. So as you are moving and navigating in your places and spaces, doing fundraising and advocacy in your own way, participating as part of this larger moment helps to amplify your organization's role in community, both, hyper locally, nationally, and even globally, because we do have folks in other countries that also participate in Digital Inclusion Week. And all of the things have already kind of been organized for you through our advocates and partners in the National Digital Inclusion Alliance. So there's not a lot of marketing that you have to create on your own. And you have good thought partners in the Cook County Digital Equity team. So maybe you have an idea and you're not sure around what that could look like or what's the best format for it. Maybe you know that your community needs something, but you don't have the subject matter expertise to bring forth that message. Connect with us on the Cook County Digital Equity team, and maybe we can connect you with one of our other partners or one of our other subject matter experts to help to bring that thing to your community during this week. And lastly, you don't have to recreate the wheel. If you're already doing classes or already have programming that is relevant to digital inclusion, then just highlight that and we'll send you some swag and get you some t-shirts, and it will help your community get further involved, further embedded into this ecosystem. This call for events is not necessarily for you to create new events. If you already are doing this work, and you want to just put a finer point to it and help to bring a little razzle and dazzle to it, then do that and allow us to support you in that way. So just be thinking about that, because it's busy and capacity, I'm sure, is a issue everywhere. So you don't have to do something new. And you don't have to do, to Felipe's point, you don't have to do something super large. We want to go big because we want more people participating in our ecosystem. But that don't mean you got to go big. You can just send a email out every single day to your listserv with safety tips around the internet. And guess what? That counts. You can have a meeting with your municipal leader and talk about why digital inclusion is important. That also counts. So be innovative around things that are already part of your day-to-day that can be further amplified around the messaging of digital inclusion and make it an event.
Kyla, thank you for those words of encouragement. If you all are anything like me, the minute this meeting ends, you will think of the 3 questions that you meant to ask. You all have multiple emails from me, so you could always reach out directly to me with any follow-up items that you may have. But also, the contact info for our colleagues, Kyla, Mauricio, and Alejandra, are also in the chat. Our commitment to follow up with you is by tomorrow, we will send you a copy of this presentation. We will send you a link to this recording. We encourage you not only to use it as a resource, but we encourage you to spread the word and share these resources with your colleagues who couldn't make it today, or your colleagues who don't realize that they're doing great work that can be amplified by Digital Inclusion Week. So the resources for you, the resources for sharing. We stand ready to answer any questions, offer any support. If you've got the beginnings of an idea for an event, register it, write in the notes that you could use some resources to sort of help think it out, or maybe you could use an event template. We can help make that happen as well. So multiple opportunities for you all to get on the map, multiple opportunities for you all to become part of this movement, multiple opportunities for you all to help grow this ecosystem and grow this movement. Folks, please reach out with any questions. Please be on the lookout for a follow-up email with resources. And thanks in advance for helping us hit our goal. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Hey Felipe,
Yes, Kim.
can you I know you're gonna send out the recording of this meeting. I had to jump on another call at the end of this call. So I just want to make sure I get the question and